And now, good morning to each and everyone. This is Godwin Huesca of Elec 1, living in the IT era, and now I will present to you for our daily vlog, and or not a daily vlog, but rather our first vlog to, for today is about the theory of case grammar. So, a lot of you guys here ay hindi pa alam kung ano meron dito sa topic na ito. So, today I will teach you and I will show you how uh, case grammar was discovered and how to use the case grammar when it comes to composing your sentences and how to determine these types of case grammar. So, ayun. So, first off, what is case grammar? Case grammar, also known as case role grammar, is a linguistic theory and framework used to analyze the grammatical structure of sentences and the relationships between words within those sentences. Case grammar focuses on the way words are marked with grammatical cases to indicate their syntactic and semantic roles in a sentence. So it's not just uh, some kind of word or some kind of role in when it comes to linguistics, but rather it focuses on the way words are marked with grammatical cases to indicate o para makita natin yung proper way or proper flow of words and their semantic roles or what those words mean o ano ba yung silbi ng isang word na yun doon sa isang sentence. Okay, take note. Case grammar is also a linguistic theory that focuses on the grammatical relationships between words in a sentence, often highlighting the role of cases in marking these relationships. So, who pioneered case grammar? Kanino ba kaya nanggaling itong case grammar nito? Who is the one or the first person to invent this type or this case grammar? It was developed as an alternative to traditional transformational grammar by linguists. And what I mean by linguist, it is a person who studies language, Charles J. Fillmore, in the 1960s and 1970s. He was a renowned American linguist who made significant contributions to the fields of linguistics and semantics. He was born on February 13, 1929 in St. Paul, Minnesota, and passed away on February 13, 2014. Fillmore is perhaps best known for his work in the development of case grammar, a linguistic theory that focuses on the grammatical roles of words in sentences. Case grammar was a departure from the traditional transformational grammar that dominated linguistics at the time. Now, more information about who pioneered it. Fillmore's approach emphasized the importance of semantic roles and argued that sentence structure should be analyzed based on the relationships between words and their functions in conveying meaning. Charles J. Fillmore's work had a lasting impact on the fields of linguistics, cognitive science, and natural language processing. His ideas continue to influence research in these areas, and he is considered one of the key figures in the development of modern linguistic theories and semantic analysis. When can case grammar be applied? Case grammar, also known as grammatical case theory, is a linguistic framework used to analyze and describe the syntactic and semantic relationships between words in a sentence. It can be applied in various linguistic contexts and for different purposes. This theory primarily applies to languages that have a case system where the form of a word changes to indicate its grammatical role in a sentence. Now, here are some of the definitive examples of case grammar. One is the agent. The agent is the entity that performs an action in a sentence. Example is John kicked the ball. So, who is the person or who is the entity that performed the action in a sentence? It was John. Next, patient. The patient is the entity that undergoes an action or is affected by it. John kicked the ball. The ball is the entity that undergoes the action, an action, or is affected by the action. Next is instrument. The instrument is the entity or tool used by the agent to carry out an action. Example of that is John opened the door with a key. So from the definition, the entity or tool used by the agent to carry out an action. So John is the entity or the agent, while the action to carry out was to open the door, and the tool used to open the door is with a key, which is the instrument. Next is recipient. The recipient is the entity that receives something in a sentence. For example, John gave the book to Mary. So, who did John give the book to? It was Mary. So Mary is the recipient. Next, more definitive examples in case grammar. Location. The location refers to the place where an action occurs. Example, John is swimming in the pool. So, as we base from the definition, location refers to the place where an action occurs. The action in the sentence is swimming, and the place where the action occurred or where the swimming occurred is in the pool. Next is source. The source indicates where something or someone originates. Example, John came from New York. So where did John originated from, or where did John came from? He came from New York. New York is the source in the sentence. Next is the goal. The goal represents the destination or target of an action. John is driving to the store. So where is the destination of John as he drives? It is, or he is going to the store, which is John's goal. Next is the experiencer. The experiencer is the entity that perceives or experiences something. She felt sad. So who felt sad? She. She is the experiencer of the feeling of sadness. Next is time. The time case refers to when an action takes place. John will meet you tomorrow. The action there in the sentence is John will meet you. When? Tomorrow. Tomorrow is the time. Next is manner. The manner case indicates of how an action is performed. John completed the task quickly. So how did John completed the task? He completed the task quickly. Quickly is the manner in which it indicates of how he performed the action. Next is purpose. The purpose case specifies the reason or purpose for an action. Example, John studied for the exam. So what did John study for? He studied for the exam, he studied for the exam, in which the purpose there was for the exam. Now next is causative. The causative case describes the entity responsible for causing an action. The stormy weather canceled the flight. So, according to the sentence, the causative case describes the entity responsible for causing an action. So what is the main cause here, or what is the main effect? It canceled the flight due to the stormy weather. Next is possession. The possession case indicates ownership or belonging. This is Sarah's book. So who did the book belong to? To whom did the book belong to? It belongs to Sarah's. Next is commutative. The commutative case denotes the company or association with which an action is performed. So sa madaling salita, yung mga kasama to which an action is performed. John went to the party with his friends. So sino kaya yung mga kasama niya? Kasama nung agent. It is John's friends in the sentence. With his friends. This is the commutative case. So in conclusion, understanding case grammar a tertiary education level involves studying its theoretical foundations, analyzing sentences to identify case roles and case marking, and applying these concepts to linguistic analysis. Students may also explore the relationship between deep structure and surface structure and how case grammar can be used to explain sentence transformations and valency changes. Additionally, they may delve into the historical development of case grammar and its place within the broader field of linguistics. Case grammar provides a valuable framework for understanding how language conveys meaning through the roles of its constituent parts within sentences. And now, this is the end of my vlog. Thank you for listening and have a good day.